Good morning, Butterfield Trail Village. Happy Friday to you today. This is a good crowd. Everybody looks so rested, and I know you're looking forward to a good weekend. I sure am. Have to go buy the mums and the pumpkins and, get all of that stuff ready to go. What I would like to do first is recognize some residents. I don't know if you remember the notices asking for volunteers. But I want to thank Geraldine Renfro and Jane Shipley for organizing a project of resident volunteers to make dining scarves and shirts for our friends in healthcare and assisted living. If you helped by donating materials, sewing, or just any part of that project, will you please just stand up for a second? Please. All right. Thank you for representing her, David. We appreciate it. Well, it was a thought and an idea to bring some bright colors and some fun to the dining rooms in our healthcare and assisted living. Great idea. It's worked, and I think the residents are enjoying those dining scarves. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for everything you did. Okay, so your October calendar should be coming out soon, and we have a lot going on. And so I'm just going to highlight a few of those things, and then I'm going to turn the meeting over to Kevin. How many of you came to the brain games with Abby Wright, the speech language pathologist? Well, she is set. She will be here at 9:30 on Mondays in October. And these are just fun brain games to stimulate your memory skills, your reasoning skills. And it takes about 30 minutes, and you'll still have time to get on the bus to go on Jennifer's Monday hikes. So just making sure I was able to work that schedule out with Miss Abby. Okay, so we're also in vaccination season. I'm sure you've already seen the flyers of the times that you will have available to you to come get your vaccines provided by Colliers. And just so we can be reminded of understanding vaccinations in the world we live in, Helen McElree will be doing a presentation on Monday the 6th here in the Performance Hall. And so if you have any questions about vaccinations, she can certainly help answer those. We will be hosting our annual BTV Craft Fair. These are residents showing off their crafts and wares that they've made. Some will sell items, some will just have items on display, but we hope you can stop in on Wednesday or Thursday, the 8th and 9th of October, here in the hall to see some of their pretty artwork and pieces. Moving forward to Friday, the 10th, we will be putting on a old-time apple festival at the lodge parking lot. In case of bad weather, we'll move it here to the Performance Hall, but I'm hoping for beautiful fall weather. We're going to have the lodge parking lot full of artisans, including some of our BTV crafters. We're going to have a live bluegrass band. They're called the Dirty Strings Bluegrass Band. There'll be a lot of fun. And we're going to have some great festival food. Anybody up for a good corn dog? Yeah. And we'll have several other things. And Mema's going to be making us some beautiful apple dumplings. We'll have a couple of local farms represented. They'll be selling apples, pumpkins, jams, jellies, and we'll have vintage cars. And we'll also have representatives from the Fayetteville Police Department and the Fire Department. So you'll be able to thank our first responders for all that they do, and they'll be bringing some equipment as well. I've asked for the canine unit to show up and be represented. We'll see. But don't reach out and try to pet the canine, okay? And then I've scheduled a day trip up to the Missouri Ozarks on Wednesday the 15th. And if we have enough we'll have a charter bus. The ride will be very comfortable. We're going to visit Springfield, Missouri. There's a Route 66 vintage car museum that I have heard is absolutely wonderful. We're going to visit that, and there's also a castle in Springfield we'll visit. Then when we leave there, we're driving south to Ozark, Missouri, to Finley Farms. It is an Ozark mill, just like the Ozark War Eagle here. It was a grist mill established in 1883. And the family has just made this property beautiful. So it's going to be a wonderful, we'll have a dinner at sunset at this family farms before we return home. 2 book reviews. We have a Carriage Club member, Peggy Conert, who has written a book, The Holy Ghost in a Shine of Coal. And it is about her life and her father, who had black lung disease from working in the mines. So it's going to be a really good book review. I hope you can be there for that. And then many of you know Durrell Horn. He is a surviving Vietnam veteran, and he will give a talk on his book, Blood, Sweat, and Honor, Memoirs of a Walking Dead Marine in Vietnam. I hope you can support these 2 people. They've put their heart and soul into these publications, and I think you'll enjoy hearing about them. Friday the 24th is our employee Halloween carnival right here in the hall. They'll have the bouncy house, corn dogs, all the fun stuff that you have at these type things. And residents can come see the kids in their costumes, get pictures. We'd love for you to mingle with the the employees and their kiddos. That'll be a lot of fun. So, in case you were not aware, we have a new United States Postal Service representative, and her name is Kim. And she's nice, and she's happy, and she is loving Butterfield Trail Village. So if you see Kim delivering the mail, please welcome her. Her and Dominique have a great relationship. Things are going fine with the mail, so we're happy about that. Back to the Apple Festival, I would really be happy if I could get about 10 resident volunteers to help with the festival, and I'll have a sign-up sheet at the book. So if you would like to help with that, just let me know. It's like 11:30 to 2. We can do shifts. I just need a little help with serving and stuff like that. So I want to note that we did change the resident lecture series date for Bill Mitchell, former CEO of the Walton Arts Center, from October to Thursday, November the 6th. So Bill will be talking about how the Walton Arts Center came to be years ago on November 6th, in case you see any conflicting dates on that. All right, do you have any questions for me, Geraldine? The question is, do we still want to take candy donations for the Halloween Carnival? Yes, that would be very much appreciated. And I think we can. Okay, you can drop donations off and leave them with Lisa, the new administrative assistant. You can drop them off to me. We'll get it all together so we have a lot of good prizes for the games and stuff the kiddos will be doing. Thank you. Yes. Okay, he asked if there's a new Walmart corporate campus tour. I do have one scheduled for Tuesday, October 28th. That list is already full because we had 87 people sign up and the bus only holds 31. So I took the first group, the second group is already set, and I've not heard back from the young lady that gave us the tour if she'd be willing to do a third. But I'm going to try, and if I can, it'll be in November. Tuesday, the 28th of October, will be a daytime tour. She was not available to do an evening tour. So, yes. The question is, could we get Colliers to provide the forms for the vaccination so you can fill that out early and bring it with you? And that's probably a Patricia question, but okay, so Patricia's off this week, but we'll ask that question of her and we'll send a telegram out and we'll probably have a location where you can pick these forms up. And it makes sense. You get those filled out before you come, things go a lot faster. Yes, ma'am. The flu clinic, we don't know about COVID vaccinations being made available at this time. As soon as we do, we'll let you know. And that probably also applies to RSV and some of the others. Anything else? All right. Kevin, it's all yours. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, good morning. A lot of updates for you. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming to Chris's retirement celebration. It was wonderful. Ricky and Michael did a fantastic job putting that together. It was wonderful send off for Chris, so thank you very much for that. Next thing, we have a little bit of a COVID outbreak going on around the campus, so please wash your hands. If you feel ill, try not to mingle. It seemed to, over this last week, it's really kind of ramped up a little bit, so please be aware of that. The next thing I have is we have I believe it's pronounced Next Trex, which is a recycling contest that we'll be entering as residents and as staff. And this is Carol Spears and Trish Beelan will be kind of heading this project up. The trophy is a bench that we can put on our campus. The goal is I believe, to raise 1,000 pounds of it's stretchy plastic, I think is the way it's more to come on it. But a certain type of plastic, there'll be bins placed around in the various departments, and where those go, we don't know exactly just yet, but more to come. But be looking for that program to come around. If you have any questions, Trish and Carol will be the ones to contact about that. So thank you for your participation in that. We plan to have and Ricky will talk more about this, just to give you a heads up, a foundation drop-in like we did last year, just to give you an idea of what the foundation has done and what the foundation of Butterfield Trail Village is doing. And we're going to do that on November the 5th, and we'll be sending out information to you about the times. It'll be an early afternoon drop-in, but more to come on that project, or on that drop-in. The projects that the foundation has approved so far is the raised flower beds. So we talked about this last year, but we held off because it was too far into the growing season. But the raised beds that look so bad out by the lodge as you're walking toward the lodge, the foundation has approved to replace all of those. And that will be done as soon as that group tells us we can do it. So I think they want to wait until later in the winter time so they can move what they can out to the garden and save what they can. So that's totally up to them on when that's done, but that has been approved and it will be done. And also, they approved to replace some benches. It was brought to our attention last week that some of the benches around the campus had been, don't look real great. So that has been approved, and so you'll be seeing those sooner than later, hopefully. The other things I have are capital updates. We've been trying to get this parking lot painted forever. It seems like as soon as they want it to be as dry as possible, and as soon as we get them scheduled, then it rains again. So the plan is to have them here on Wednesday of next week. So there may be a little bit of inconvenience around as we start that project, but the plan is for the striping of the parking lot to be done Wednesday. We did put up signs around, slow signs, to encourage residents and staff to drive slowly as you come around there, because some spots, it's hard to see people walking out. So the painting of the building, that will hopefully we'll be able to get all of that done in this fourth quarter, so that is the plan. And the Wi-Fi update, we're still meeting with Wi-Fi companies and assessing what the needs are and develop. And hopefully we can start the Wi-Fi project this fourth quarter. If not, it'll be probably the first project of the first quarter of next year. So probably over the next 3 or 4 months, as we're sure of the direction we're going to go, then you'll see that happen. The parking lot project that we've been trying to get done since May, we thought we were on the right track. We were going to get ready to get this started this month, and we needed the City Planning Commission to have a final vote on that this past week. Well, they didn't have a quorum, and they only meet once a month, so that got pushed off another month. So some questions we've had from residents are about when they start doing the dirt work. We can't prevent all the dust, but Joe has got a plan to get a barrier put up so it will prevent all the dust possible getting on those of you that have to park in that covered parking. So if you have any other questions about that, let me know. The last update that I have is the assisted living update. So October meeting, the October 24th town hall meeting, we will have Larry Newsom, who is the architect for the project, will be here with Jennifer. She's also an architect on the project, and they will have a presentation for you. It will be a 3D image. So hopefully we'll be far enough down the road that we can do a 3D. You'll be able to hopefully do a 3D walkthrough through the lobby, through kind of the front entrance and everything. Probably not in the individual rooms, but it'll be a 3D walk around the campus, around the assisted living, and also through the lobby. So please be here and they'll be here to take questions. We'll all take questions. So, but they'll be here to take specific questions that you have about anything related to it. So that'll be the October 24th town meeting. So let's see. Did I leave anything off? No. Well, that is all I have. Do you have any questions? Yes, ma'am. Elevator, thank you. Yes. So, oh gosh, how could I leave the elevator? I've never had one of these without talking about an elevator. The elevator is on track to be completed, unlike any other elevator project in the past year and a half. So, yes, as you saw, the materials disappear in the hallway. That means work was being done. So I'm not sure. So once they get it completed, then the state has to come in and certify the elevator. So waiting on the state right now. So maybe who knows when they'll show up. But has all the work been done? So all the work's been done. We're just waiting on the state to come back and certify it. So hopefully they'll come in the next couple of weeks. So thank you all for your patience in that project. I know it has been an inconvenience for those of you that lived around that, but you've been so kind and so patient with that, and I appreciate that. So great. Thank you for bringing that up. I cannot believe I didn't bring up the elevator. Any other questions? Yes, sir. Yeah, well, that's for the city planning. That's for our projects. We have to put a notice out, and the notice has to go for 4 weeks, Joe? Is it 6 weeks, or how long is the notice? It had 4 weeks, and so since the city council, or the city development committee didn't meet this month, it has to go 4 more weeks, so that's what that's about. Yeah, that was really I guess it puts the whole city of Fayetteville behind a month. I'm not sure how all planning, so. Any other questions? All right, hey, beautiful weather. Let's have a great weekend, y'all. Thank you.